and literary criticism have appeared in leading national and international journals and anthologies. She has represented Turkey at major international poetry festival and has received several international literary awards, including the World Icon of Peace Award and the Pastem Poseidonia International Poetry Award. She is the founder and director of the International Feminist Istanbul Poetry Women's Poetry Festival. She is the author of several poetry collection and more than 20 books of essays, criticism, translation, and edited volume. In 2025, she graduated in philosophy from Istanbul University. So, Hilal is also a very famous name in India. She has visited in India and she has attended lots of online event in India. So, Hilal, Ben Dawate Diyorum and Gohar Pirzada sir has apologized. He's on the way because he is in the protest of there is a protest going on in Delhi, student protest, and he's
Oh,
covering that. So he will be joining soon. Actually, we were a little bit confused about the timing. We thought it is 9:30. So
okay. Okay.
so I apologize.
Um,
So
First of all, I am really appreciated to you, Shamanaz, and also Mrs. Nikki, and also Dr. Goa, to have this chance to speak here. As you know, I am a medical doctor, and I am very really sorry because I couldn't finish my work today. And we have a woman who has we have a pregnant woman. Actually, she will have I think in half an hour labor. So I am in a hurry, and but I want to speak about what we do here in Turkey, what we are, why we, what we are trying to do. I believe in Turkish women are two strong women, and in every condition, they can find a way just for living and to increasing their babies and increasing and making life good for everyone in work, in family, in their for children, in everywhere. So Turkish women usually try their best, like me, because about 10 minutes ago we were speaking about before the conversation we were just joking. Oh yes, Turkish woman. I am at hospital. I am working. I am waiting for labor, but at the same time, I am making some files, writing some files on computer, and also I am joining online conversation, and also I am making telephone calls with the kids at home because when I go back, I have to cook for them. So uh, a woman, a strong woman, actually, being a strong woman is a quality of a real woman. If a woman doesn't isn't depressive, if her libido is high enough, they can do whatever they want. They can start another university. They can do their work. They can raise their children. And in Turkey. Art I mean Turkish has Turkish genes, I mean, are modified to do everything at same time. So of course we have some problems with education. Of course we have some economic problems like every country. Some other problems, maybe living with some refugees together. But usually, I believe in women, and I am working with a woman. As you know, I am obstetrics and gynecology doctor. I am working with women, and I see how they do, how they try to do their best in a very uh, high in difficulties. So in Turkey, we have a Feminist Istanbul, International Feminist Istanbul Women Poetry Festival, and we try to focus on the poetry about women issues, women social problems, women women feminine type problems, I mean. And we have many international guests from everywhere, every countries, and they try to, and they give they give us their writings and compositions and also their poetry about the women in their own countries. So this year in 22-25 October, we will do it again, and our sponsor is Kartal Municipality. But this year we are also, we have another topic. Last year we our topic was Iranian poetry, and this year it will be Italian poetry, Italian woman problems actually, and Italian poets will come, and also Shamanas, you and Dr. Goa also will come. You are very welcome. So maybe you should ask something for me to because actually maybe I can
Yeah.
forget what to say. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
you should direct me. You should ask something, and I should reply.
Okay.
You are also
Actually,
dealing with
yes,
Dr.
yes.
Zaz.
Actually, Gohar Pirzada sir has made some question now, so I will be asking that. See, we know that. See, as we have seen the society of Turkey, and we have seen that Turkish women are much more progressive than countries of the Middle East or many South Asian countries. But still, there are many fields, or there are things, there are many challenges which Turkish women are facing. So, what are the challenges which you women are facing in your everyday life?
Well, actually, the main problem is economic, I think. Economic freedom is the main problem of every people in Turkey, not only women. For example, adolescents, when they finish the school, they go to university, but after university, I mean, the going to university ratio is quite high in Turkey. But after university, there is a problem to have jobs. But this is also the same with, of course, women and men. I mean, not only women, men are also in problem, in economic problem. Um, in this, but this is also not also specific to Turkey. This is also specific to all the countries. There is a really serious economic problem because of the wars around. As you know, there is a war in Ukraine and Russia, and also now there is a war in Israel and Iran and also America. So everywhere there is a war and there is economic problems. Every day I listen to the news, and one bomb in a place, and the oil crisis in, for example, the Hormuz passage, because it is closed, and everything everywhere there are problems about economic issues. In still, in this problem, in this problematic age of the century, in these years, Turkish women always do the best of themselves, and in every economic situation, they try to do the best for their children, for their husband, for their jobs, for their business, everything, because they try to do balance in every situation. For example, a woman, a Turkish woman, can be a student, but at the same time, they work in the university. At the same time, they are a girl of someone. They are a sister of someone. They are maybe wife of someone. So they always balance the persona. And I think it's the main characteristic of Turkish woman. So being strong and balanced, and also doing the best in difficult situations.
I can also make out because I have been watching Turkish serial from 15 years. What I like is the strong woman character. In India and Pakistani serials are very popular among ladies, women in India.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we
You like
now
Turkish serials, I know.
yeah, a lot, because Turkish serial have strong women character, but
Of
which is
course.
lacking now in Indian and Pakistani serial. So I'm a great fan of Turkish serial. Hilal, Aicha, and Tariq sir. Now Gohar Pirzada sir has joined. He is with the Galaxy A75G. Gohar sir, are you ready to ask question from our speakers today?
Yes, hi. Am I audible? I'm using earphones, so
Huh.
I hope I'm audible. Yes.
Actually,
Am I audible to everyone?
Hilal
Am
has
I
to
audible
hurry.
am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Hilal
Yeah, hi. Hi, Dr.
has to
Hilal.
hurry up.
Good to
So
have you here.
Hello,
please ask
Dr.
question
Gohar.
from
How
Hilal.
are you?
I'm good. How have you been? Since I've been covering this protest, there's a protest going on in our country, in the capital
Yes,
city
I
of
know,
Delhi.
I know.
So I've been
You
covering
have
that, and
you have a very strong Prime Minister, Modi. I know.
no, not exactly Modi, but there have been some developments. So I was
Yes,
here.
there is. What is it called? We called in Turkish hamam böceği hareketi. Yes. There are some protests in your country. I know.
Cockroach protest.
But everything is just economic, everything is economic, and because of wars there is a economic crisis, and people from the basement
Exactly,
comes and
exactly.
goes
So
up.
why
It's the
I
same.
brought this issue here is why I brought this issue here right now is we have Dr. Hilal here, we have Dr. Tariq sir and Aicha. Good evening, everyone from Delhi. So I've been late because as I told you, I've been covering the protest. So why I brought, let me introduce first, let me just give an introduction. Dr. Hilal Karahan is a Turkish poet, as you all know. He's a writer, a translator, and obstetrician and a gynecologist.
Gohar sir, I
Yes.
already introduced Hilal, and
Okay,
you can go
okay.
ahead
So
with
we
questions.
exactly, and we have Dr. Ira as well. So why I brought this issue here is what I want to ask you, Dr. Hilal, is and Aicha as well. Since I have seen a lot of women taking part in these protests. A lot of women have been taking part in these protests, young women, students.
Yes.
So finally, this this had results. There are some developments. So looking at that, how do you see the Turkish women, especially the youth, the young women, especially what we call those Gen
Young
Zs?
women are very excited, as you know. They, they want to change their life too much. They want to have the best for themselves. They want everything for themselves. They are very much excited. But
No, that's
Adele-san,
fine.
yes,
That's fine. That's their
that's
right, and
fine.
that
But
everybody wants to do that. But
as,
in terms of
but when I see them in, for example, mid-20s, after finishing university, when they try to enter a job, or they just start the work woman, that part of life, everyone looks like their own mother. All
exactly.
the news, all the changes, everything just stops or quits. And after that, they try to be balanced, and they try to protect their family, and they try to be a kind woman, and usually just familiar with their mother. It's interesting. Maybe it's the hormones, maybe the mitochondrial fact. The intelligence and the libido comes from mother to the people, to the children.
Right,
You know?
right.
So maybe that's why. In Turkey also, of course, young women are very much intelligent and they are very much working, maybe in 2 or 3 different divisions in a university, not only one
Right.
diploma. Two second diploma, third diploma, and also the mastership and doctorship, everything. They try their best actually. And it is the genetic, I think. All Turkish women do the best for themselves. They try to work hard in their job. They try to be the best in their class. They try to be very delicate for their husband. They try to be very strong for their children. I think we are good. I mean, Turkish women are good. Good. I like them.
Okay. I can see Aisha. Hi, Aisha. Good evening. Before I
Hi,
come to you,
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Before I come to you, I'll come to you in some time. But Dr. Tariq is with us. He's a senior. He's a great poet. I have worked with him. I've had conferences with him. Not exactly worked, but we have been into conferences together. Dr. Tariq.
Happy to see
the-
you.
Thank you. Here, same here. What
I
exactly
prepared
we
a
want?
speech, and you can find the answers you ask. I prepare and turn to English, and you can see the English, but I prefer to talk in Turkish in my language, and you can see the English version on the screen, and you can take the some knowledge, some
But I can
statistics.
see. I see you can speak very good English. Your English is better than mine.
But I prefer
It's very good.
in my language because Turkish, it's the sociological thing I gave. That's why
She will make a speech about the statistic development
Okay.
in Turkey.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's why
That's
she
good.
and
wants
the
to
historical
she
and the
wants to
historical
speak
thing.
in
Okay, not
Turkish,
issue.
and also she wants to show you the English texture on the screen, so
On the
people
screen.
can follow them, can
Great.
follow the words.
So before we come to Aisha, I'm coming to Dr. Tariq. Tariq sir, how do you see today's women in the, let's say, the women in Turkey, especially the youth, the younger generation, what we call the Gen Zs?
Well, thank you so much. This is an important issue. And because my mother brought me up, to me, women's rights have always been very important. And in my plays and my poems, etc., women also always have an important role. First, when we look at human rights, when we look at the world from the perspective of human rights, gender equality is one of the main issues. And in the late 19th century, some Ottoman women intellectuals initiated a feminist movement. A handful of them, but they were writers, journalists, late in the 19th century. And they were in the western part of
Okay.
the Ottoman Turkey, mostly Istanbul being more European than Asian, actually, and the more western parts. But basically, we in Turkey owe a lot to the Republican Revolution led by Atatürk. If he had been able to do it, women would have equal rights, would have had equal rights at the very start of the Republic. But even those who supported the idea of a republic, they were conservatives, men. So he had to struggle against them. And Turkey became one of the first few countries in the world that gave women the right universal suffrage to elect and be elected to the parliament in exactly in 1934, before France, before many countries in Europe. And 3 years ago in Italy, when I was presented the award for International Seneca Poetry Award, I said I dedicate my award to Atatürk, because if gender equality is important, if scientific thinking, arts, opera, literature, environment, secular law, if they are important, then Atatürk is important not only for Turkey, but whole humanity and the future. The main difference between Taliban's Afghanistan and Turkey is Atatürk. And unfortunately, the USA has been supporting Islamism, which began with the Green Belt project to as a strategy against the Soviet bloc. But it became very harmful because we know now Taliban, Al-Qaeda, etc. All have been fed, supported by the US strategists. And in Turkey, in the last 25 years, women have been losing rights because of the this neo-Ottomanist Islamist fascism, and there is a serious danger. Now there is genital mutilation in Turkey.
Is it?
A woman doctor gave an advertisement saying that we
can ask this question to Dr. Hilal in the coming
This is
time.
horrible.
Yes,
This is horrible. This
horrible.
is something new, and this is a result. This was never even heard of in Turkey, but now they make it is illegal. It's horrible.
It's horrible,
But
right?
this is the reason. But if you impose religion to more and more people, it doesn't matter which religion, honestly. It doesn't matter. In every religion, there are fanatics. If you emphasize religion more, there will be more fanatics. And today in Turkey, we are in great danger as secular people. I want to mention that. 20 years ago, nearly 20 years ago, I was invited to the US consulate in Istanbul for a poetry event, and to the cultural attaché of the USA, I said, stop this mild Islam strategy. You are harming Turkey. You cannot play with Islam. You cannot provoke Islam and then try to use it to your advantage. You cannot do that. Islam is not such a religion. You should forget about trying to find a puppet at the head of Turkey and try to work with secular-minded, independent politicians in Turkey. Do you want slaves or do you want friends? I asked them. And the United States is the only in the world, perhaps apart from a few countries, other countries, the USA is the least popular country in Turkey. 93% of the people in Turkey, 93% of the people in Turkey do not trust the United States, do not like the United States because of their strategy, as we know. I want to emphasize, I say these everywhere, in the United States too, and my American friends agree with me.
Dr. Tariq, we'll come to you. We'll come to you. This is a woman-oriented
So,
discussion.
it is important, and uh, Turkish women have had important rights, and you know, one important symbolic thing, when you visit Ankara, if you visit Atatürk's mausoleum, it is a wonderful structure. When you enter the gate, huge, you will see two statues, a woman and a man. They are equal in height. Equal. That's a symbolic how Atatürk respected women's rights. So more and more intercultural cooperation and dialogue like this is necessary, vital everywhere. Thank you.
Aisha, can you please discuss describe the changing role of women in Turkish society from the past to the present? How they have been in the past?
Can I share
And now.
the speech?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You're most welcome.
You can see it.
Yes, we are.
This one, I think. Sorry. You see it?
Yes, I can see
Yeah.
it. I hope everyone else is also able to see it.
Evet, biraz Türkçe devam edeceğim çünkü burada Bordo'dan bahsedeceğim, Pierre Bordo'dan. Ve erkek egemenliğini biraz anlamak gerektiğini düşünüyorum ki kadının yerini daha iyi anlamlandırabilelim aslında. Fransız bir sosyolog Pierre Bourdieu, erkek egemenliğini biyolojik ve doğal değil, toplumsal olarak inşa edilmiş ve gündelik pratikler, dil ve kültür aracılığıyla inşa edilmiş, ilmek ilmek örülmüş olduğunu söylüyor. Tarık Bey de muhakkak katılacaktır belki ama aslında 4-5 tane dinamiği var Bourdieu'nun sosyolojisinin. Bunlardan bir tanesi doğallaştırma ve tarihsizleştirme. Onlara bakalım isterseniz. Toplumsal cinsiyet eşitsizlikleri tarihsel süreçlerin ve güç ilişkilerinin ürünüdür diyor. Ancak bu durum doğal, biyolojik ve evrensel bir gerçekmiş gibi sunularak sorgulanamaz kılınıyor. Hiçbir şeye açık değil. Yani öyle kabul etmek zorundasınız. Sembolik şiddet, you can see the topics.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
You can share
Okay.
this. You can share this, and Turkish is a very beautiful language. We love to hear you.
Ayça,
But since
Ayça
most of the
Halim,
people,
evet.
since most of the people here are not able to understand it, so you can share this PPT with us, and we'll post it online.
Okay. Can you read? Or I'm reading in English also, but I want to talk in Turkish.
You can.
But could you?
It's a wonderful language.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful
okay.
language. To speak.
Okay.
But since
Sembolik
most of the people-
şiddet olarak
most of
da,
the people
and
here
you can
don't
see, you can hear the Turkish sound, yeah?
understand.
Turkish words. Sembolik şiddet egemenliğin en tehlikeli, en etkili biçimi olarak karşımıza çıkıyor. Ben de bunun üzerine bu bağlamda döndüreceğim aslında. Çünkü erkek egemenliği fiziksel zorlamaya ve baskıya gerek kalmadan tahakküm edilenler, yani kadınlar tarafından kabul edilmesi ve meşrulaştırılması. Yani bunu kadının da kabul etmesi. Bence en önemli şey. En önemli etik. Buna biz sembolik şiddet diyor Bourdieu. Ataerkil doksaya geldiğimizde de doksa sorgulanamayan bir şey biliyorsunuz. Yaşamın doğal bir parçası olarak kabul ediliyor demek. Ama ataerkil doksaya baktığımızda eşitsizliği herkes için görünmez ve sıradan bir etkinlikmiş gibi lanse ediyoruz. You can see the patriarchal doxa and also I use in Turkish. Ondan sonrası ise habitus ve bedenin inşası olarak ayrılıyor. Toplumsal cinsiyet rolleri zihne olduğu kadar bedene de kazanıyor. Tabii ki bedenin duruşu, yürüyüşü, bakışı, hareketleri toplumsal olarak cinsiyetlendiriliyor. Mesela erkeğin daha geniş, ve dışa dönük oluşu, kadının daha dar alanda kendini ifade etmesi gibi. İkili karşılıklar ve dile geçtiğimizde ise dünya eril ve dişil. Ya.
Sorry for interrupting you. It's a wonderful language, a wonderful presentation. We'll have this in our platform. It's wonderful. Can I go to Dr. Hilal for a simple question now? Dr. Hilal.
Hilal
Go
not
ahead,
here
sir. Hilal has left. Hilal has
Okay.
left.
because
Sh-
she has a surgery.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
has to. She has a
Okay.
surgery just now, na?
Okay. So Aisha, let me ask you this question. Can you compare the traditional and modern roles of women in Turkey? Like, as in, how do the major challenges faced by the women in Turkey, and how can they be addressed now? What are the major challenges faced by
Sorry,
women?
can I just add, let her finish her presentation. It's excellent. I'm reading as she's talking. When she's finished, we can ask questions. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead, it's working.
Okay,
Your
thank you.
presentation is working.
Thank you, Dr. Nikki. Yes, we can.
Ya. İkili karşılıklarda da dünya eril ve dişil olarak kategorilere ayrılıyor. Bu kategorilerde de baktığımızda bu ayrımlarda değer yargılarını da beraberinde getiriyor aslında. Aktif, pasif gibi, kültür, doğa, akıl, duygu şeklinde. Bu ikiliklerde de her zaman eril üstünlük söz konusu. Peki burada kurumların rolü ne oluyor dediğimizde de kurumlar her zaman bunu meşrulaştırıyor. Sürdürülebilir kılıyor ve devam ettiriyor. İşte Burden'ın baktığımızda esas söylemek istediğim mesele egemenliğin görünmez ağlarını görünür kılmayı yapması. Böylece özgürleşme ancak gündelik hayatta doğal bulduğumuz her hareketi, her kelimeyi, her kurumsal yapıyı radikal bir tarihsel analize oturtup ondan sonra bu sembolik şiddeti kırarak gerçekleşebilir diyor kendisi. Eril Tahakküm kitabında da zaten çalışmasında da bunun ne bir biyolojik zorunluluk ne de basit bir fiziksel baskı rejimi olduğunu söylüyor. Bunun yüzyıllar boyunca ilmek ilmek örüldüğünü ki Türkiye'de bu yapıldı ve halen de yapılıyor bence. Tarık Bey de tarihsel süreçleri çok iyi biliyor. Bu ilmek ilmek örmenin de karşısına geçirilmemiş, meşrulaştırılıyor bu. Ondan sonra da bize yani ezilenler kadınlar tarafından içselleştirilmesi isteniyor. Önümüze sunulan plan bu aslında. Baktığımızda bu bir iktidar ilişkisine dönüşüyor tabii ki. Eril tahakküm gücü zorbalıktan değil, tahakküm altına alınanların bu düzeni normal kabul etmesinden geliyor. Yani asıl mesele aslında sembolik şiddet. Evet bu geceki konu tabii ki kadın ve Türkiye'deki kadın rolü. Bourdieu'nun sembolik şiddetine atıf yaparak ben Atatürk'ten bahsedecektim zaten. Atatürk'ten bahsederken çok önemli bir lider bizim için Atatürk ve bu sembolik şiddeti aslında önceden görüp bunu önlemeye çalışan sözleri vardır. Bu da işte kahraman Türk kadını sen yerlerde sürüklenmeye değil omuzların üstünde taşınmaya layıksın lafıyla gösterir ve kadının kendi değerinin farkına varmasını ister aslında. Hiçbir zaman bu değersizleştirmeyi değil, sembolik şiddeti yok ederek kadının kendi değerini anlamasını sağlar. İşte buna baktığımızda, bu tarihsel sürece baktığımızda aslında Tarık Bey'in de dediği gibi çok öncü bir ülkeyiz biz. Kadın haklarını alma konusunda. 1924'te eğitim hakkını alıyoruz tevhidi tedrisatla. 1926'da çok eşlilik ve boşanmanın tek taraflı olması kalkıyor. Kadın buna elde ediyor. 1930'da da belediye seçimlerinde seçme ve seçilme hakkı veriliyor. Aslında çok çok erken. Sufrajetlerden falan da erken bir tarih bu. Baktığımızda durum böyleyken aslında şu anda gelinen durum üzücü. Çünkü baktığımızda Türkiye'de e, dünyada her 3 kadından biri hayatında aile içi şiddete maruz kalıyor. Ve G22 üyesi olan Türkiye'de bu oran diğer gelişmiş devletlere oranla çok daha yüksek. Türkiye genelinde kadınların neredeyse yarısı yani %50'si şiddete maruz kalıyor. Uzmanlara göre ülke genelinde eşi ve eski eşi tarafından şiddete uğrayan kadınların oranı %39. Eğitim oranı düşük bölgelerde bu %97'ye çıkıyor. Bu çok yüksek bir oran. Ve yaşadıkları fiziksel şiddeti kimseye anlatamayan kadınların oranı %48. Sivil toplum örgütlerine, polise, savcılığa gidemeyen kadınların da oranı %92'ye çıkıyor. Bunlar çok yüksek oranlar tabii ki baktığınızda. Yani 2022'de yapılan bir araştırmaya göre de Türkiye'de kadınların yaşadığı en büyük sorun şiddet sorunu. İş gücüne katılımlarına geldiğimizde yani ekonomik olarak baktığımızda da meseleye şöyle istatistik verebiliriz. İş gücüne katılım oranları son derece düşük. 2021 KONDA verilerine göre Türkiye'de kadınların %56'sı ev kadını olarak görünüyor. Kadının istihdamı 2011'den beri özellikle işçi ve esnaf kategorisinde büyüme meydana geliyor ama bu ev kadınlarının oranını azaltırken yine de bu oran hala çok düşük. Çünkü çalışan erkek sayısı 17 milyon, kadın sayısı 6 milyon. Bunu söyleyebiliriz. Erkeklerin 1/3 oranında yani. Türkiye'de tarım dışı kadının, çalışanların oranı hızla artıyor. Genelde tarlalarda çalışıyorlar, Tarık Bey bilir kadınlar. Bunun dışına çıkmaları için de aslında çalışmalar yapılıyor. Bu da eğitimle olabilecek bir şey. 1997 yılında %17,7 olan şu anda yaklaşık 2003 yılına göre 20,6'ya çıkıyor kadının daha tarım dışı işlere başvurduğunda. Tüm bunlara rağmen kadın erkek ücret dengesizliği yine devam etmekte. Hem büyük şehirlerde de bu böyle ne yazık ki hem de diğer doğuya doğru gittiğimizde de görülebiliyor. Türkiye'de 2009 Küresel Toplumsal Cinsiyet Eşitsizliği Endeksine göre 134 ülke arasında 129. sırayı yer alıyor 2009'da. İşte bütün bu verilerin ışığında baktığımızda gidilecek yolun uzun ve mücadele dolu olduğu belli aslında. Bu mücadelede çok sayıda dinamik var. Tabii bu dinamikleri konuşmak çok uzun sürecek ama bu bağlamda yani sembolik şiddet bağlamında baktığımızda benim için çok önemli. Aslında bir kadının bunu kabul etmemesi ve farkına varması. O yüzden sözlerimi eşitsizliği herkes için görünmez ve sıradan bir gerçekliğe dönüştürüp kadınlar tarafından içselleştirilmesi ve meşrulaştırılması bağlamında kapatmak istiyorum. Eğer mümkünse. Ve haklarımızın farkında olalım, değerlerimizi farkında olalım istiyorum.
Kennedy, can you please mute yourself? Kennedy, Matiba, can you please mute yourself?
Yes.
Or can I have the admins? Please mute yourself.
Tamam.
Please mute your mic.
Okay.
Evet,
Thank you.
rica ederim. Meşrulaştırmak istiyorum ve bundan sonra da şunu söyleyebilirim. Holder'ine gidelim. Nihayet birbirimizi gerçekten konuştuğumuzu anlar. Kardeşin kardeş için, insanın insan için, insan ruhunun insan ruhu için kutsal ve neşeli anlara tanık ettiği anlar. İşte o anlar umudumuza layık olan anlardır diyorum. Thank you for
Thank you. So nice.
Teşekkür
Nice.
ederim.
for this opportunity. Thank you.
Yes. Nice. It was nice.
Thank you.
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Coming to Dr. Tariq. Dr. Tariq, let me ask you one question before we let you everyone go. Empowered women are important for the growth of the nation. Describe this statement related to the women in Turkey.
I didn't hear the last sentence.
Please throw light on this statement. Empowered women are the pillar of the nation's growth.
Yes.
How is this related? In terms of women in Turkey? Throw some light on this statement.
Yes.
Referring to
Now,
Turkey.
Mother brings up the children. The children are our future. So, if there is affection, if there is culture, education, then the future can be better. But if children witness violence, father beating the mother, that's not a good example. And everybody is hurt. It's not only the woman. When a woman is beaten up, not only she but her children are also beaten up psychologically. It's not a healthy situation. And then you can have violence. We have violence in other areas, politics, in political. So civilized dialogue is easier said than done. And democracy is based on democratization. I don't like to use the word democracy. I use the word democratization. I think the whole world needs democratization. And I want to say this: if there is a monarchy, there is not enough democracy. So the UK society is not democratic enough because there is a royalty there. I don't care, freedom of speech, etc. That's not enough. No family should have the right to rule just because they are the children of the previous generation. That's nonsense. And in Sweden, there is monarchy. It may, I mean, this kingdom, right? The Netherlands kingdom, Spain kingdom. These are not mature enough as societies. The ideal path, ideally my goal path is one secular democratic federal Earth Republic. So in order to achieve that global structure, all kingdoms should become republics and all republics should become democratic. And in order to be democratic, all regimes should be secular. When there is a religion in power, in constitution, it is against human rights. It is against human rights, including Finland. My Finnish poet friend said, do you know, in the Finnish constitution, there is religion. I said, how sad, get rid of it. He said, but most of the people are atheists anyway. Who cares about religion? I said, still, symbolically, that should not be in your constitution, I think. And it is important. And people in the West who supported the Islamism in Turkey, etc., the USA and other, who expected democratization from a despot like Erdogan, they didn't know. They are used to living in secular societies. And they cannot understand the mentality of religious oppression. Their ancestors suffered in France as elsewhere. But the present generation, they lived in luxuries intellectually. Now they see some horrible events taking place. In Egypt, a woman professor, an Islamist professor, says, in case of war, if a woman is taken, it is legitimate to use her. Now, this is a woman talking against women because she says this is good according to Islamic law. This is happening, and we have just seen the video of a woman journalist whose hair is not covered. Women threw stones at her. Women wearing hijab. Atatürk made that illegal. It is illegal to cover your face in Turkey. But still, some people do it, especially those. And I think France is right to forbid hijab or covering the face, etc. Burqa should be forbidden. That's not democracy. That's not human rights. That's not. Women are not free. It's not their free will. That's slavery, accepted slavery.
But it can be a personal choice.
Pardon?
It can be a personal choice.
It is
It
never
can
a
be a
choice. They are brought up believing that this is the true path and the only path. And if they don't believe that, they'll go to hell. And many people are afraid. I think hell is a terrorist concept. Hell should be forbidden. Teaching hell to a child is terrorism.
Exactly.
I was 10 and I was afraid of going to hell. I was brought up in a very mild democratic environment, and somehow nobody in my family talked about hell. Yet I had heard, and I was 10, and I felt guilty because I had done something wrong, very minor thing, very innocent, and even I suffered from that. This is horrible. So, what is terror? We need to define it. Psychological terror, mental, ideological terror, threatening. Many families in Turkey, in many in other countries, they threaten their children, saying that, look, that policeman will take you away if you do this. This is terror, terrorizing children. So there is a terror culture, a culture of terror. And the government's state terror, government's terror in various ways, threatening. And yeah, so human rights are, after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1990, 1991, as a young socialist poet, I was invited to deliver a speech. And the title of my speech was, "What should a socialist poet do?" And I said, we should take human rights and the concept of democracy seriously. We must take human rights seriously. If you do neglect that and try to work for a revolution that will be good for the future, it's a disaster. Look what happened in Cambodia, Pol Pot, in the name of communism. It's a shame, terrible. So every good idea may be misused. And Jesus was a communist in a sense. He was a communist, Jesus. The word communist comes from commune. Commune. Who can be against the idea of a commune? I mean, of course, there are problems, but communism. But that's another issue. So that's why Socrates was great. He stopped people and asked questions. What is justice? What is friendship? And for every generation, each of us must be a Socrates. We must ask the basic questions again and again. What is justice? What is peace? Etc. Thank you.
I can see Dr. Nikki. I've seen after her for a long time. I can see she's here. So, Dr. Nikki,
can we take a photo?
Yes, we can. We should rather take a photo. And
Okay.
Dr. Nikki, you want to say something? You want to ask anything?
Gaur
Yes,
sir, I want
I'll
to
take
ask
a
one
photo.
question from Tariq sir. Tariq sir, when we talk about democracy, we talk about human rights, we look up to West. Hope am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. When we talk about human rights, when we talk about democracy, we look up to West. And but whether it is but it is the Western countries who have colonized the entire Asia, Africa, and Latin America. So they cannot hide their past. They cannot call themselves a defender of human rights when they have history of subjugating or marginalizing people. And in the contemporary time, when we are talking about democracy, we look up to Western world, especially USA. Then why are the incident of Epstein file had occurred in the so-called the savior of democracy, and also why the bombing of Minar school has been done by the so-called savior of democracy, and these countries who call themselves the savior of democracy, when they target any country, they target civilians, they do collateral damage. So we cannot give an example of America or any other countries who have the past of these kind of, violating human rights. Or in the contemporary time also, we cannot look up to West as an example of savior of democracy. So what do you say?
I agree. In every country, there are Democrats and despots. Democratic-minded people like us should cooperate more and more. We are in the majority in the world, but the minor despots in the minority, they have the financial and military power. So we should fight it. To me, the United States is not a democracy. It is an oligarchy, and that uses the word democracy when they want. 25 million people are homeless. There is no medical care in the United States. The United States is an underdeveloped country, socially, underdeveloped. The healthcare system in Turkey is better than the healthcare system in the United States. Because in Turkey, even a poor person can be taken care of for free. That's interesting.
Women as well.
And that's why I do not. To me, the best country can be graded 7 out of 10. There is no country that I can say this country is 100% democratic. No, it's a matter of democratization struggle. We need to do that. And but I have never been anti-American, because in America, in the United States, there are good people too. In every country, there are people who want global peace, who want progress peacefully. And I call them, earthmates, And so the United States is an imperialist, aggressive, autocratic, underdeveloped country. Obese. The United States, that's the definition I made 2 days ago, actually. Which country is oligarchic, autocratic, obese, underdeveloped socially, culturally, and aggressive. The USA is number 1. And in 1910, Wilson said, we need wars outside the United States, otherwise we will have civil wars in the United States. It was 1910. He said that openly. And he was awarded Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay, everybody, we have 5 minutes to close the Zoom.
So your final comments, Dr. Nikki, your final comments.
Dr. Shamanhouse? Dr. Shamanaz?
Yes.
Okay, we can close the Zoom.
Yeah, Gohar sir is asking you to give final comment.
I wanted you to give some final comments about the
Okay.
women.
Okay, yes. First of all, thank you, Dr. Shamanaz, and Tarak, and of course, Goa for sorting out the Zoom. I think it's been really interesting. I've loved both presentations from Dr. Halal and from Akia. They spoke very well and they had a depth. Akia went into a lot of detail and I appreciate that. So well done to you. It's something that we'll be able to share. The discussion has drifted into different sort of political crisis everywhere. But it just shows you that there's a need for us to talk more about this because the world is definitely totally just lost its space. People are suffering. There's just incredible suffering going on in the world. In almost every country, there are such issues. So governments are difficult people, but we need to keep talking about this. So let's continue, Dr. Shamanaz, with your discussions. I think they really do impact and they're making a difference. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nikki. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Dr. Hilal, since she has left, but still good. Thank you, and Dr. Tariq. Thank you so
Thank
much
you, everyone.
for coming at a very short notice.
Teşekkür
Thank you.
Türkiye
Thank you.
dostlar,
Teşekkürler.
arkadaşlar.
Somebody want-
Teşekkürler.
Teşekkürler.
Thank
İyi
you.
geceler.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Nadia.
Thank you.
We
Thank
have not
Thank you,
taken photos
everyone.
today. Today's
Thank
event
you,
photo.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kennedy.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, our
Thank
guests
you,
that
everyone.
attended. Thank you so much, all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Nikki,
you.
has
Thank you.
anyone taken photo?
Yes. Bye
Today's
bye.
event.
I took a photo.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the
Bye-bye.
session. We have enjoyed it. Bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Utareka waka mongo. Utataka mongo. No te waki da yamangi. Aka yamangi una. Mauti yari ubongo kwako dio aka mauru ende kidogo tu. Alafu itose ntingu. Itori te suto nyoko ba nyoko akwa wekira. Itori te yin.